Good morning, my loves. Happy Thursday. Beautiful Thursday morning here at the lake. Currently in the 50s. High today is in the 90s. I know. We got people back east, knee deep in snow, and here I am in 90 degrees. And yes, I will show you the lake this morning. The sun's starting to come up. It is beautiful, I will admit. I got some really nice DMs the other day. People commenting on the lake. They love to see pictures of the lake in the morning, the sunrise. And, I have an east exposure, so I can't see the sunsets as well, of course. But once in a while, I'll step outside and take a peek that direction. And they're beautiful here. Topic today. This is good. Would you want to be your friend? What qualities, attributes does it take to be your friend? What's important to you for friendship? Common interests. Maybe they have to have a certain type of sense of humor. Maybe same career path. What does it take? Now for me, but all I can say is for me, loyalty is very big. Communication is big. Honesty. I don't want somebody that's going to stir shit and talk behind other people's back, because if they're talking behind somebody else's back, they're talking behind my back. Not going to happen. If they bring drama, everybody has baggage, but if they stir shit and they love drama, I know a lot of people that love drama, and if there isn't any, they will create it. Well, they can do that over there. They're not doing it around me, because I do not permit, and I said that, I do not permit drama in my personal life. I deal with drama all day long with my job. I don't have it in my personal life. I don't allow it. And it's all about boundaries. Do your friends have strong boundaries? Do you? Do your friends share your same morals, your ethics, your belief system? What does it take to be your friend? Would you want to be your friend? Are you manipulative? Are you a backstabber? Do you lie, cheat, steal? Manipulate people to your advantage? Start rumors, gossip? Do you love chaos and drama? I got a note a while back. It's been a couple of months, and it was from a mom, and they had just moved to a new community, and their child, who was in junior high, was having trouble making friends because they came from a completely different side of the country and moved, and it's very hard to assimilate, especially if you're from the South and you move to the West Coast or the East Coast, because Southerners are just a little different. And it's no different than somebody from New York moving to Arizona. People are different. And so this kid is having a very difficult time, and he's trying to assimilate, and he's kind of going down the wrong path with this. And he started getting a bit of a bad reputation, and he didn't understand why he wasn't making friends. He's trying to do what everybody else does. Well, his mom called me or sent me a note and said, "What's going on? What can I do?" So this is the conversation I had with them. Would you want to be your friend? And he said, no. Kids here, no. Because they lie, they cheat, they steal. They're nothing but trouble. I said, then stop. If you don't want that type of person for a friend, don't hang out with those people. As our parents always told us, we are the company we keep. We become the company that we keep. Be the type of friend you would want to have, and you will attract those friends. Because I am sure in his school, there are other kids just like him. They're not interested in being troublemakers and having, bad reputations and foul mouths and, pushing teachers and telling them off. That's not cool. It really isn't. In my opinion, it's really childish to see a kid 12, 13 years old, or even for that matter, 16, 17 years old, telling a teacher, pushing a teacher. That's just disrespect. And they think it makes them look cool. It makes them look grown up. No, it makes you look like an ass. That you don't have self-control. You don't have what it takes to accept constructive criticism. And if you can't accept constructive criticism, if you can't accept somebody giving you orders and rules, you're not going to make it in the world. Because when you go to work and you have a job, you're going to have a boss. And that boss and manager and supervisor, there's going to be rules. There's going to be, job descriptions. They're going to tell you what to do and how to do it. Get used to it. That's the whole purpose of kids going to school, is teaching them, preparing them for life outside of school. So, I had a very long discussion with this mom and her child, and he's going to be his authentic self. Bottom line, that's what it boiled down to. Sweetheart, just be you. You're a good kid, like school, like sports, is respectful. That's the way his mama raised him, the whole yes ma'am, no sir. Be that way. So the other kids don't like it. They may tease you about it, fine, whatever. But you will attract the friends that are like you. Just give it time. But think about that. Would you want to be your friend? Are you trying to assimilate and blend into a culture in school that you don't even like? You're just doing it to get along, to be accepted, to be one of the cool kids. Don't. I want you to be you. Because there's other kids in that school that are just like you. There are other people in that workplace that are just like you. I have worked in offices because I do consulting, and I'll work in an office, if they have a case for me to review or work on. And some of the office, cultures are so toxic because of jealousy and envy, manipulation, backstabbing, rumors. I mean, it's vicious. And these are adults that know better, but they never outgrew it. That's what they like. There's always going to be somebody that likes to stir the pot. If there isn't drama, they're going to create it and sit back and laugh. So when I'm working in an office, I'm in my office, usually with the door closed, because no, thanks, but no thanks. I know what it takes to be my friend. Would I want to be my friend? I am my friend, because you need to do that. You need to be your best friend. Absolutely. You are around yourself 24/7. You need to learn to like yourself, but for the right reasons. Don't like people and want to be their friend because of where they live, what they drive, how much money they make, their title, their position, who their friends are, who they may know that you're trying to get in good with. Stop being shallow, because that's what it is. Be you. Just be you. I talk to a lot of parents. Right now, I probably have more families and veterans than I do a lot of other. And, kids are really struggling identifying who their real friends are, who they are, because you're going through so many changes growing up in adolescence. Puberty starts about the age of 8 now. And for girls, puberty starts about a year to 2 years before they start their period. Yeah. With boys, things start changing, and parents don't know you're not bathing your kid anymore. They're bathing themselves and showering. For boys, it's the same. Puberty starts about 8 years old. Things start growing. Things start happening. And parents don't realize that. And then the hormonal changes come in. They want to assimilate. They want to be with the cool kids. They want to be accepted. They want to be popular. Sometimes that carries over into adulthood. People will do anything to be popular. They lie, they cheat, they steal, they do drugs, they go drinking after work. No. If that's not who you are, don't do it. Don't do it. I have no problem. The last time I worked in an office, people were always saying, let's go grab a drink. No, thanks, but no thanks. And it's not that I don't drink. I do on very rare occasion. But now for me, the reason I don't drink, do not laugh at me. It makes my face puffy and it will cause wrinkles. Seriously, that's why I don't drink. I don't like the way it makes my body look. I can't tell you the last time I was inebriated. Probably 30, 40 years ago. I don't do that. That's just me. But I seriously want you to think about it. Would you want to be your friend? Do you have the qualities that you would want to be your friend? It's kind of an interesting topic. Think about it. It's a great topic for the dinner table. What would it take? Do they have to have your same religious beliefs? Your same political beliefs? Your same morals? Morals, yes. Morals and ethics, absolutely. You need to be on the same page with that. But you can have friends that are different religions. I do. Good grief. My besties are, let's see, Christian, Catholic, Jewish, Muslim. So what? They're wonderful people. We have the same moral fiber. We have the same basic standards and goals. Some of my friends, I'm trying to think, I think the youngest one of my besties is still in their 30s. I'm 66, almost 67. So age has nothing to do with it. It's about commonalities, the same morals, the same belief system. That's for me. But just think about that. It's important to have friends. I have oodles of colleagues, tons of associates and acquaintances. I have a lot of friends. But my besties, they're a handful. They're just a handful of people that I would trust with my heart and soul, that I would trust with end of life. Yeah. Decisions. Would you want to be your best friend? Do you have what it takes? Do you need to work on yourself a little?